Good Sunday evening. Welcome to Reasonable Populism. I am calling all populists and here for, I guess at this point right now, it'd be almost a weekly update because last week I put a video or two out um, about the Supreme Court of the United States nominee from Donald Trump and my concerns about that nominee. And now I'm a little bit better prepared for a week of a little bit more preparedness into this, but still had bugs and issues here and there, and whatever the case may be. But I am back for what has been, wow, a very, very busy week. And have a couple topics today. Obviously, top of the list, Donald Trump has come down with coronavirus. So obviously that's probably the biggest news of the week. Obviously, early on in the week before that was the debate. That was a train wreck or a mess for both parties, for both candidates, um, and then also the nominee, of which I made a video on last week. And so those are three topics I'm going to cover today. Not overwhelmingly organized, but hopefully somewhat. But first of all, again, this is reasonable populism. The idea behind this is no parties, not Republican, not Democrat, not independent, an independent party. Okay, you can say you are an independent, maybe, but not an independent party. Not the Green Party, whatever the case may be. Basically, partyless. I am a registered Republican, always have been a registered Republican, but unfortunately, in my state, in order to get ballots, you have to tell them what one to choose. I have an issue with that. But when I go to the primary, I have to tell them I want a Republican ballot, or I want an independent ballot, or I want a Democratic ballot. And so, unfortunately, I wish that wasn't the case. So I am a registered Republican. However, in my personal opinion, I don't think George Bush was a very good Republican president. I don't think that John McCain was a very good Republican candidate. And I don't think Mitt Romney was a very good Republican candidate. President Trump, on the other hand, is populist. He ran as a Republican and is running as a Republican, but he's a populist. You know as well as I do, he went all over on party lines before he became the president. I think he has the American people as best interest. You can disagree with me on that all you want, but he had no reason to leave. Being this rich man, you can say it was power, you can say it was um, um, whatever prestige, whatever the case may be of being the president of the United States. But he's had opportunities to run. Why now? Why not back in 2000, 2004, 2008? Why 2016? So, but anyways, basically back to reasonable populism. If you're walking away, Democratic Party, if you're sick of the Republican Party, this channel is what this is geared towards. Sorry for the itch on my nose. But this channel is geared and guided towards the those who want to walk away from their party, or those who have been sick of the quote unquote politics of their party. Maybe it's not been the direction you desire it to go. Maybe they've gone too extreme one way or too close to the middle, and you want to be a little bit farther the other direction. Whatever the case may be, that's what this channel is guided towards and geared towards. I also, hopefully in the future, want to hear from you. Reasonablepopulism@gmail.com. Email there, comments below. I want to hear from you, and I would actually like to bring some of you onto the show. I want to hear and discuss things, not just through, okay, I see a chat come in during a live or something like that, and I talk about it. I want it to go both ways. I want there to be rapport. So let's get into the let's get into here. Sorry for the it's on my nose. Apologize for that. All right, Trump obviously got COVID and was taken to Walter Reed Medical for observation and treatment. It was considered an abundance of caution. I think it was the best move. Age, weight, whatever the case may be, I do believe that it was the best move that he could have done was to go to Walter Reed. I'm making a few adjustments to my camera here. There we go. I think it was the best choice, the best option for him to go to Walter Reed. Excuse me. Now, that being said, he's been treated for the last about 48 hours now. He's had the COVID-19 for at least 72 plus. And all reports are that things are going pretty well. Unless, of course, you want the extreme left or the extreme right to have their crazy opinions. But Trump did apparently leave the hospital today to wave and show signs of strength and healing, so to speak. It says here Trump leaves the hospital room to wave to his supporters outside the motorcade. Oops, close the video out here. He greeted his supporters outside Walter Reed National Medical Center with his motorcade leaving the hospital suite to make a surprise visit while undergoing treatment, or despite undergoing treatment of the coronavirus. He tweeted in a video which he said he planned to go say hello to dozens of supporters who gathered across the street from the hospital. And moments later, a video emerged of the president's motorcade passing by with a masked Trump visible waving at the back seat. The decision triggered immediate safety concerns and outrage. Of course it does. Everything. President Trump lifts a finger and it produces outrage, as the president is infected with a highly contagious virus that killed more than 205,000 Americans. Look, every step Biden takes, every move he makes, every place he goes, he is possibility of infecting somebody. The train ride he took through Pennsylvania, he has a possibility of infecting somebody. Not him himself, obviously, but my point is his group. This could happen anywhere. Just one case of an example. The sports leagues, football and basketball, baseball. Last I checked, 2 NFL teams postponed games this week. Check this out here real fast. Let's see. Patriots and Chiefs had to be delayed because Cam Newton got sick. And if this brings it up. What was the other team? Pittsburgh, who was playing somebody. I had 4 players. And of course, it's going to see NFL change week. Patriots and Chiefs were postponed. We scheduled for Monday or Tuesday because the quarterback got COVID. And I was thinking the Pittsburgh game got moved. Let's go back and see. Let's see. Did they change that? Last I heard. Spelled that wrong, of course. Here we go. See, the NFL. Plain and simple. The point is, there have been positive tests and postponed games in the NFL. When you have events, things are going to happen, regardless of how much precaution you take. The NFL, the NBA, the Major League Baseball are taking all these precautions, and yet things still happen. People still get sick. When it's a partisan issue, when you're on one side of the aisle that you're not being careful enough, you get what you deserve, or you're on the other side of the aisle saying that it's not out there, or you can do whatever you want, you won't get sick, whatever the case may be. I don't care what your arguments are, on which end of the spectrum you are. The point being is, you have debates, you have campaigns, campaign rallies, sporting events, whatever the case may be. there's going to be the spread of the virus in some way, shape, or form. Mask wearing. I am for mask wearing when it's needed, but there's a problem. You can mandate it all you want. If you don't properly wear a mask, um, the spread can happen just as easily. You touch your mask, you touch other things, you don't properly clean the mask, whatever the case may be. I don't care. The point is, you have situations like sporting events, practices, whatever the case may be, and the virus is going to spread no matter what happens. So the two Secret Service agents could be seen in the vehicle with him, and both were wearing masks. I'm sure that they are taking the best, approved by the doctors, approved by whoever, precautions. Let's see. The pool of reporters that travels with the president whenever he moves from one location to another was not notified of Trump's drive-by. Why should they be? That would just be more possibility of spread, I guess, is some people's arguments, I guess. The White House Correspondents Association President Zeke Miller said in a statement, it was outrageous for Trump to have left the hospital without a protective pool. Sorry, that's your opinion. President Trump took a short, last-minute motorcade ride to wave to his supporters outside and is now returned to the presidential suite. Inside, the White House deputy White House press secretary Judd Deere said in a statement, "Look, the whole idea behind this is to get out, thank the people that want to support him, and show signs that he's getting better. He's going to get through this. That's it. That's the whole idea behind this. I think it's a good thing. I think it's a good thing for world leaders around the world to see. I think it's a good thing for supporters to see. And I'm sorry, like it or not, I think it's a good thing for people that don't support him to see. What President Trump, what the president, I don't know if it's Trump or not, condition as he's in and what his health is like. It's important for the people to see. So, in the case of the election, we'll see. I mean, I'm not going to speculate any way, shape, or form because it could go either way. If you're in the middle and you're undecided, and you say, "Hey, I've had family members that have gotten sick," and this person now that the president has it, he's gone through what we've gone through, then sure, you may vote for the president now because there's been a little bit more of a relative connection there. Or you may say, look, he was not he was careless. There we go. That's what I was trying to say. He was careless and didn't do enough. So you know what? He's not worth voting for. Whatever the case may be. Hey, that's your opinion. Take that to the polls. Vote the way you see fit. But the way I see it, it could go either way. The one thing I will say is, if for some reason you have to look at the two candidates, if he gets the coronavirus and comes through it all right, everyone's complained about his condition and his age and his overweight and so on and so forth, and he comes through this just fine. The question is, do I ever wish someone else to get this? But if for some reason it was to happen that Biden was to get the coronavirus, the question is, do we believe that because he may not get it now, he may not get it during the election, he may not get it till January, February, March, who knows? And the question is, are you concerned if someone of Biden's age and health was to get coronavirus? So, like I said, it could go either way. We'll have to see what the polls say. I do believe that this is one thing that has taken the debate and temporarily put SCOTUS on hold in the sense of the minds of American people. And that's why I put this obviously first. But as a segue to the debate and the Supreme Court of the United States, let's change back here because I don't have anything ready on the screen for that. These are going to be short and brief because they're old news, but do I support the nominee for the Supreme Court of the United States? Yes. Was I questionable in the prior week because of a ruling that she had on the lockdown in Illinois? Yes. Am I still concerned about it? Yes, I am. However, she was my choice going in before I heard about that story. If I had never heard about that story, if that lockdown case had never happened, she was my choice. So I hope everything works out. I hope there was a reason behind that decision, and I hope that she does get confirmed and that she can be on the court before any cases were to happen because of the election. So I'm sorry. We cannot have, regardless if you're right or left, or you want a right-leaning judge or a left-leaning judge or a middle person, we cannot have an A8 court going into the election, which may very well be contested. It's just my opinion. Regardless of what leaning the judge may have, can't have an A8 court going into election that may be contested. So I do support her. Do I support the nominee to be pushed through before the election? I just mentioned that. Yes, I do. And do I believe that this COVID small outbreak, I say small because we have tons of people in Washington amongst all these senators and representatives, and so far it's only a handful of 8 to 10 people. But in this group, 3 senators, all on the Republican side, I believe, are currently have COVID. One of them, I believe, is on the Mike Lee is on the Judiciary Committee. Do I believe that this should delay it? I don't believe so. If former Director Comey can be on a Zoom meeting while he's testifying, so can the judge, Miss Barrett. So can Mike Lee from his home and ask questions. So it'll be Zoom into the room and then Zoom back out to the judge, so to speak. But do I believe that he can take part in it in that way? Yes, I do. As being the only one on the Judiciary Committee, I think that he's the only one that's affected. The other 2, if they're not in the committee, which I don't believe they are, would not be affected until later when it goes to the Senate floor. So I do not believe that this should hold up the Judiciary Committee in any way, shape, or form. I believe that's it on the Supreme Court. Let's go to the debate. All right, train wreck of all train wrecks. Every time Biden was about to lose it, Trump would interrupt him. Every time Biden was about to stick his foot in his mouth, Trump would interrupt him. So that's Trump's fault. However, wow. A week before the election or the debate, I told my father that I was going to give Fox the only chance of a fair debate between the candidates because of the moderator. I know he's left. Never pretended to think that Chris Wallace was not left leaning. But I thought he tried to play the middle. He blew it. And I don't care what your opinion is on the fact that he lost it because of Trump. He's blaming Trump after the fact. It's Trump's fault it went the way it was. Okay, maybe if you want to lean that way, but there's a problem with that. That doesn't mean you get involved and defend the other candidate, and it does not mean that you become disingenuous. Why do I say you don't become just disingenuous? I'm going to look up the story while I bring this up because I just now remembered this. In 2016, Chris Wallace did a debate where he asked President Trump about white supremacists. Let's see if I can bring this up. See if I can bring this up. Nope, it's not coming up. It's only coming to this one. But in 2016, in a Republican debate, which means this is between the candidates for Republican primary, in March, I believe it was, Fox Debate, Chris Wallace asked almost verbatim the same question. And Trump named them and refused them. He denounced them. He completely answered the question and denounced them. He has done so, like it or not, during the Charlottesville. It's been blown out of proportion, chopped in half. The full video, you can go out there and watch it. It's on other channels. You can go out there and watch it. He did disavow white supremacists and KKK, etc. He did. Okay? Watch the video in its entirety. You'll see. He's done it since then. There's videos all over the place. Okay? First of all, he's done it in the past. So to ask him to do it now as if he's never done it is disingenuous, especially when you asked the question 4 years ago and he answered it to you directly. That is disingenuous. The other thing is Proud Boys. Trump did not bring up Proud Boys. Biden did. Biden interjected. Chris Wallace didn't bring up Proud Boys. Biden interjected Proud Boys. So not only has Trump denounced and disavowed white supremacy and so forth. He's done it. He's done it in the past and in former debates. He's done it while he's been president. He did it during Charlottesville. But he also did not bring up Proud Boys. Now, Chris Wallace's question. He used in his question, will you ask them, the white supremacists and militia groups, to stand down? Trump says, sure. Let's him finish his question. Excuse me. As he finishes his question, he says, sure again. I'm willing to do that. Then he asks who? Biden interjects, Proud Boys. And then he says, stand back and stand down. I think those are the two words he said. The point being is he missaid his words. No, sorry, stand by. Stand back, stand by. He was trying to get to stand down. That's what Chris Wallace had said. That's where he was trying to get to. But he was trying to get to his next point too quickly. Another one of his failures. That's fine. But he was trying to get to his next point too quickly, where he was trying to say most of the violence that you've seen is on the left. Has there been some violence incidents with Proud Boys or other white supremacist groups? Yes, there has been. But they are not burning the streets down, trying to burn courthouses down, trying to burn police stations down with police inside. That is not them. Do I defend them? No, I don't. Do I disavow them? The right extremist groups, white supremacists, whatever. Yes, I do. But they are not the ones that are burning down our streets, burning down our courthouses, and burning down police departments with police still inside trying to barricade the doors closed. That is not them doing that. Okay, that was what Trump was trying to get across. Instead of answering the false, disingenuous question that he was being asked, he tried to jump on to the next step and left that one too open-ended. I agree with that, but it's being blown out of proportion. Also, if Trump is being asked why, and I want to get this wording right, so let me see if I can bring this up. It is right here. Why is Trump being asked a question about white supremacists and militia groups, and Biden is not being asked? If you have a problem figuring out whether you're to vote for me or Trump, whether you're for me or Trump, then you ain't black. That should have been a question. If he's going to ask Trump a question about white supremacists, he should ask Biden a question about saying that somebody's not black if they have to figure out if they're for him or for Trump. But that wasn't asked. Sorry. Chris Wallace lost it. The debate was horrible on both sides, But when you add in Chris Wallace, he was just partisan as can be. Could not believe it. Lost all respect for Chris Wallace I thought I ever had. All right. I'm not sure if you can hear this or not, but playing music. There we go. All right. One thing I didn't want to touch on, completely forgot before I go to my last point, and it should be the short. That was my last point. What am I thinking? To end the segment. YouTube. Let's bring this up over here. Transition over. YouTube. Let's reset it. Trump the campaign bought YouTube for the entire day, 24 hours, whatever the case may be, all day today. So if you get a chance, if you haven't seen the video, go to look at the video. I'm not going to recommend whether or not you go to text blessed to whatever number. I do have my opinions, but this is a channel that I want to reach out to people. I want people to come and talk to me of whichever side of the aisle you're on. I like open debate, so I'm not going to tell you to support or send a message, wherever the case may be. That is up to you. But Trump did get an ad on YouTube. If you haven't seen it, go to YouTube, check it out. Maybe you've already seen it. I don't know. But that is it. Just over 25 minutes. I told my wife that I'd be less than 30, but I think with my prep time plus my recording time, I've probably gone over that. But I want to thank you all for listening. Maybe another week or two, hopefully not any longer than that. I'll get another video out. Hopefully some of you will respond, send some emails my way, and we can get in touch and actually talk. Get on the video together, whatever the case may be, and make a video and talk things out. Disagree, agree. Why are you coming from, Republican, Democrat? Why you don't want to vote Democrat again? Why you don't want to vote Republican again? Why they failed you? Whatever the case may be. That's what Reasonable Populism is all about. A place to go, place to talk when neither Republican or Democrat is when basically the parties have left you. Where they've basically gone a direction that you just can't follow anymore, and you're ready to walk away for whatever reason. So, thanks for listening. Pardon my lack of preparedness, and just getting started here. Hopefully, we'll get better and better as things go. But thanks so much. Until next time.